So I didn't want
to
tell everybody that I was probably going to resign this week, but if Barry, do you want my job, man? And I'll just
started. What are you talking about? Why are you losing people?
I'm too busy.
Dude, I know, man.
Just have me on every so often. I like it like that.
Yeah.
Like sports, food, and politics,
Gardening.
and gardening, and tortoises,
sports.
And everything.
I don't like to do politics.
Oh, come on, man.
Unless it's about Meghan Markle.
Now I gotta watch that interview.
Hey,
I
man.
saw it on YouTube, and I was like, I don't have time for this.
Too soon, bro. It's in the 805. We gotta just give
I don't
this
know
a
how to
minute.
take it, you guys.
I don't know
true,
either. Yeah.
Worried about getting canceled.
Well, I mean, okay,
There's
so
a lot of that canceling going on.
now Meghan grew up in
There's
Ventura.
no quick question here. It's going to be a long answer.
Ventura, she grew up in.
I'm gonna Google so we don't get this right.
Yeah,
Sherman
I mean,
Oaks.
I don't.
Yeah, LA-ish. Yeah.
We don't have
she
computers
grew
in
up
front of us.
Sherman Oaks.
I got
It's
this.
important.
Brian's very interested in the royal
where
family.
She grew up in and where she's from. She's a Sherman Oaks girl. She is 38. Her and I are the same age. She might be 39. Are you Googling it?
39 August 4th, 1981.
Yeah. So I am 1 month
She went to my
older
high
than
school.
she is.
She probably went to my high school.
See, I really want to say something, but I don't want to get canceled. I don't want it to come out the wrong way is what I'm saying, because I have a take. All right?
Tell
I've
it.
Ooh.
So I follow my gut. All right? You guys know me as I'm not an orange guy supporter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the other side, I guess. I don't know. I don't really pay that close attention to national government. I like paying attention to local government, and all I care about is preserving the farmland. So if you are for that, I will vote for you. Other than that, it's all gobbledygook. Like, I don't care where the stop sign is, and I don't care how much the DUI is. I follow rules. That's for other people. All right? Don't take land and turn it into houses. But I have a gut feeling, and I was watching this interview last night. I'm just going to tell you guys. I mean, it's not that.
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay, and all day, and last night it ended, and I'm watching Twitter, and everything's blowing up on there, and everybody's talking about race, and everybody's talking about, I didn't make her cry, she made me cry. And I'm looking at the way she's talking, all right? The way she's speaking to Oprah. And at this point, I'm just watching the interview. You guys know I'm an audio editor. I edit podcasts.
Please.
I listen to words all day long. I've been doing it my entire life. I listen to people talk. I know what words I can take out. I know where things sound weird and uncomfortable. I know all of the little tricks. I've done a bunch of research, but I'm not a PhD on it. I'm listening to this woman talk to Oprah, and I'm hearing a lot of things. Most importantly, I'm hearing her answer every question with yes and no. Both things at once, which is what people who don't really want you to know the truth do. They say both the answers. So she's doing it so often that I'm noticing it, right? And then in the beginning, she's like, just so we're clear, you're not getting paid for this, right? I'm not getting paid for this. And they're, oh, okay, big deal about that. And then they're smirking about it. And then toward the end of it, she's plugging her nonprofit website. And I was like, well, there's the sale right there. I'm sad that you haven't seen it. I should have texted you and been like, bro, you gotta.
We should have done a watching party.
Yeah,
let's do it right now.
Let's
do it right now. What do we got?
And then we'll just
All right,
pause it and let Barry comment.
Is it on YouTube?
Okay,
It is
so
Oprah, yeah.
I think I was following where you were going with this. Do we have time to go for this, y'all?
Yeah.
Well,
Does
let me
anybody
get to
have
my
a heart
point.
out tonight?
Oh, a heart out. I like the heart outs.
Does anyone have a heart out?
I don't know. Depends on my Uber.
I'll get to my point in less than 4 minutes.
Your Uber has a heart out?
Okay. Oh,
This is the
Barry,
Wow.
don't give away that
I
type
can
of
pull this off,
information.
okay?
Yeah.
Now, all I've seen
Lord.
today is like Ben Shapiro and the conservative right, and everybody's leaning on race. Anything that you say bad against Meghan about this interview, it's because you're a racist or all of these other things that that I am not looking at all. I'm looking at something else.
Can't you critique a person nowadays? Like, why does it have to be everything about... you're on the right point. Please go ahead.
Here, let me give you a real-time example, okay? Gosh, I love being on this show. It sounds to me like you guys have been, doing this for a long time. You know, it's like passively saying, pointing the fact that it's.
That's our intro, by the way.
You know, it's a very like, I didn't do it right, but it's an afterthought. That afterthought is like, it's a trigger. It's what people use afterthoughts and trigger. After you say what you're supposed to say, it's like, well, I didn't get out that jab I meant to get out, so I'm going to say it now at the end.
That's an interesting point.
I need to
I'm
remember
seeing
that.
all that happen, but she's doing it when the prince is talking. The prince, right?
I think he's
Whatever
a prince,
he is.
yeah.
Sussex.
Formerly known as Prince.
And he's answering it like a frightened kid.
It's terrible.
And she's adding all this dramatic twist to it. So I'm just watching it going, And then I wrote something. I'm not going to read it now, but
Come on,
here's
man.
my theory. Okay? Whatever you think about, and here's how I can think I can get away with talking about this without it being a triggering point in the world where I'm going to get in trouble. Picture a world where Meghan is the villain. Okay? Throw everything reality out and imagine if, just for a second, if Meghan Markle was a villain and you knew and no one else knew that she was a villain. And then I want you to watch that interview.
Got it.
Because you have a completely different, because I went back and watched pieces again thinking like, because at that point I didn't do any research about her blocking all of her family and her writing these letters and releasing them to tabloids in really, really weird cursive, like crazy person.
I have no idea what happened with all that.
Like all this happens, like Tabloid City or whatever. But I didn't know any of this. I'm just going at the human that's talking.
Yeah.
And boy, if you watch that and assume she's the villain, it is so much more entertaining.
So is that to say, and you don't have to answer this.
I'm not saying she did anything or she's a bad person at all. I'm just saying watch it with that in perspective.
Okay, so
like
we're not
asking all of these
your
things. She knows she did the interview the day before International Women's Day, so no one can pick on her.
Smart.
She said, "I didn't make her cry; she made me cry." And somebody talked about the color skin, the color of my baby, but I'm not going to say who it is. So she never says, she never points fingers at anybody specifically. By the way, I think it was Kate Middleton who said that. No one has said that.
You're going to get us thrown out, man. Be careful. They're listening.
So I guess the answer to your question is I've spent too much time in quarantine, and now I'm on this full journey to try to debunk Meghan Markle.
Well, it sounds like you really got into their story. I mean, I didn't follow their story.
24 hours, man.
For the past 24 hours. You went down a rabbit hole I don't think anyone has gone down with the force of in a long time.